Hello everyone and welcome to the Hockey Up. So today we're doing a News of the Week video, and I know I didn't do one last week, so there is quite a bit of news to catch up on, so let's dive right into it. The Boston Bruins have re-signed Jake Debrusk to a 2-year $3.675 AAV contract. I think this is a really good contract for what Debrusk provides. He's one of their better forwards, a good second line guy there, and has occasionally played on the first line. And I would imagine with the injuries to Marchand and Pastrnak that he is actually going to get some first line time. And 2 years from now, he could be asking for a big raise because this contract is quite the steal in my opinion. The Tampa Bay Lightning have re-signed defender Mikhail Sergachev to a 3-year $4.8 million contract. Now once again, I think this is a really good contract. Sergachev is one of the best young defensemen in the NHL, and I think he did kind of take a bit of a pay decrease here, just to help keep the team together, because obviously Tampa is in serious financial trouble when it comes to their salary cap. I know at the end of the contract, his qualifying offer is going to be about $7.8 million or around there. So Sergachev is going to get paid just 3 years from now. Right now, it's a very team-friendly contract, and I think the team's got to be pretty happy with getting him signed like that. Tampa is over the cap now by I think about $1.8 million, and they still have their other restricted free agent Anthony Cirelli and Eric Chernak to sign. So Tampa's in serious cap trouble. They got to move out one of their bigger contracts like Tyler Johnson or Alex Killorn. It's good that they got Sergachev re-signed, but there's still a lot of work to do there. But I'm sure it's all worth it because after all, they did win the Stanley Cup. So Phillip Danault and the Montreal Canadiens aren't close on a contract extension, and frankly as a Montreal fan this doesn't really surprise me. It came out a couple months ago that Danault reportedly wasn't happy with the role he was put in the playoffs and could seek going to a different team upon free agency. That would be very disappointing. Phillip Danault is one of the most underrated players in the NHL in my opinion. He's a great two-way forward and a real key piece to Montreal's team. If Montreal loses Phillip Danault, that's going to be a big problem. He said that him and the team were kind of at step one when it came to contract negotiations, and he's really not too worried about heading into the season without a contract. I'm hoping that Montreal and Phillip Danault can work out a contract, but it's not looking great. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me too much if he did end up leaving in free agency a year from now. Now we're going to be getting into some not so great news, and we're going to start off with the fact that Johnny Boychuk has to retire due to an eye injury he suffered last season against the Montreal Canadiens. Now Johnny Boychuk was a throwback, defensive defenseman and had a really long career, 725 games. He was actually a pretty good defenseman in his prime. I know in Boston he was quite good and did bring a bit of service to the Islanders and everything. So it's unfortunate that Boychuk has to retire due to injury. Kind of an unfitting end to a good career. Looking at it from the salary cap side of things, though, it does free up $6 million for the Islanders to re-sign Barzal, so there is some good in that, but you never want to see a player retire in this way. It is unfortunate, and best of luck to Boychuk in retirement. And an even sadder piece of news is that Fred Saskamus has recently passed away at age 86. He was one of, if not the first Indigenous NHL player to play in the NHL, and that's a very big accomplishment. Obviously, back in the day, hockey wasn't exactly the most inclusive sport, so for him to be the first, it's impressive. He is a legend, and I know at a lot of the outdoor heritage games, he was a very prominent figure there at the Winnipeg versus Calgary game, and just really good in the community and a true icon of hockey in my opinion. Then there's news regarding next season for the NHL. Now, unfortunately, the NHL and the NHLPA aren't really talking right now, and talks are kind of stalled. Gary Bettman isn't talking to Eric Fair, and that is a problem. If they can't figure out, the financials and everything, because the players are apparently upset about the salary deferral, that could really put next season in jeopardy. The NHL and the NHLPA needs to be talking right now. The fact that they're not is starting to worry me, especially since January 1st is fast approaching. That January 1st start is looking less and less likely. Maybe at this point we can hope for about the middle of January, but it's looking like February 1st might be the more realistic target over a 48-game schedule as opposed to 60. So I'm really hoping that they can work things out and start talking again. I really hate when they do this. We saw this in 2012. We saw this in 2004, 1994. They don't get anywhere by just stalling talks and everything. It's It's a negotiation tactic, and it's one that can be very annoying for the fans, and as a fan, I'm annoyed as well. You know, basketball has got their stuff figured out, football's going through it right now, and with hockey, it just feels like they're at a stalemate. So I'm really hoping that they can start talking again. It's reported that next week is crucial for the fate of next season, so here's hoping for the best, but it's not looking too great right now. But that does it for today's video. I appreciate you guys watching till the end. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later. Bye for now.